Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. Today I'll be reading a multi-character extruder by me, so let's get into it. Your relationship with Katsuki only started after the sports festival. He saw how amazing he was, and it really caught your eye, and many other things, like your heart. He didn't know that you could be so victim, but here you were, entrapped in this love tornado that you could not get out of. It just seemed to swallow you further and further into its core, and you're totally mesmerized with Katsuki Bakugou. But how would you even pull him? After all, he was the second student to come on top in the sports festival, even though he deserved first in your own opinion, because Todoroki distracted him. But regardless of all of that, he was strong. And even worse than that, his ego was higher than a mountain. It was troublesome to say the least, and that was one of the many things that you could not cross, and you didn't know how to progress and how to ask him out. So it felt like things were stagnant in your relationship, or lack thereof. But it just so happened that he began looking at you more. You noticed that, slowly but surely. The two of you exchanged looks, and the way he looked at you made you feel things, because there were many meanings in his gaze. He couldn't tell exactly what he wanted, but he knew it was a good sign. A sign that you may have a chance with him. And that's why you kept going. So you have a little cat. Which brought you today. You're going to ask him out, having prepared for that moment for an entire week prior. You got ready, you had purchased new clothes just to make you look extra hot, and got Mina's advice on the makeup, since she was really good at it. And right now you're standing in front of his dorm, chocolates in hand, and a red flower in the other. Maybe Katsuki wouldn't care about them, but you had to put in the effort. So, with a deep breath and a few recited prayers, he knocked. And when he came to open the door, there were a couple curses on his tongue, ready to be spelled until he saw it was you. Oh, what are you here for? Got nothing to do. What? No, you see, I was going to talk to you. About? And he seemed to totally ignore the flower and the chocolate box. So, being the smart person you are, he shoved them in his face. So I wanted to date you. Come to my dorm room tomorrow, 8 p.m., he said, your voice high-pitched from the embarrassment and nervousness, and ran off right after, trying to avoid any negative reaction. And Katsuki just stared at the stuff in confusion, trying to process what you said. And the next day, you still got yourself all ready for him. Your makeup on, and even prettier clothes for your date. After all, you cared about what he saw, and what he thought of you. So when he actually came, albeit a little bit late, you were surprised. Oh, you're here. He nodded, looking you over for a bit as you sat down. Then the two of you just sat next to each other awkwardly, not knowing what to say. But of course, Katsuki was bold for a reason, and it was useful in times like these. So, what do you like about me? You just stared at him for a little bit, then tilted your head, smiling. What's not to like? And he liked the response. So all of a sudden, he was spinning you over, smiling. You know, I could say the same about you. What? You had no idea I had a crush on you. But from the way he was saying things, it seemed like he did. And it made you feel relieved as the two of you looked into each other's eyes, trying to guess the other's thoughts. Before Katsuki leaned down, as you closed your eyes, your lips meeting, as he kissed you, the two of you melting into each other's touch, the world around you fading away. And soon enough, when you pulled away, he felt like he liked the breathless look on your face, though you're blushing so hard. And then he wrapped his arms around you, pulling you even closer, as he proceeded to kiss you again, the two of you blind to anything happening around you. And this time, he deepened it, and you closed your eyes, letting out a soft whimper, and letting your hands travel to his hair, tugging at it. And it just so seemed that the two of you were so lost in each other that you didn't notice the door opening. Why would it be open? Well, you forgot to unlock it. And that's why Mina opened the door to check up on you, wanting to see if Katsuki was actually there, since someone told her they'd not seen him go out of his room. And she wanted to make sure that you're okay. And when she opened the door, she did not expect you to be making out with Katsuki. And needless to say, she had to stare a little bit. She couldn't just go and leave you. No, this was not typical Mina here. She wanted to see what was going on between you two, and every moment she spent, she was more curious as to how you got here. And when the two of you pulled away to look at her, the two of you were blushing, and Katsuki just seemed more angry, even though he was blushing all the way to his ears and neck. And be thankful that Mina had her phone, or don't, because a few hours later, your picture was posted all over the group chat, and even printed out by Kaminari in the common room. Just hope no one snitches on him, because if someone does and Katsuki knows, then you might end up with an empty seat in your classroom, and you don't want that, do you? After all, poor Kaminari deserved better than that. However, when all of it blew over, Katsuki was more brave, showing more affection to you in public, and just holding you, kissing you, with no care in the world. So it didn't happen for no reason at all. In fact, it just kind of taught him something. So hey, you should thank Mina just for what she has given you accidentally.